What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Today we have Force Freestrider Lookouts in our deck. Not only that, we have built our deck around Freestrider Lookout. And after some playtesting yesterday, after some initial speculation on stream, I think this card is a sleeper hit. We were playing some more Magna Shells yesterday, and I was kind of talking about how I had been looking at this card and wanted to brew around it. When you spend some time on stream trying to build build around the card in like a green-red shell, since if you're building a deck around committing crimes, and Magna's been a card that's been pretty good to commit crimes, and they both work with this Field of Ruin package, maybe we should play both. And maybe you should still play both, but initially, when I was playing these builds, I hated them. I don't know. The mana was just tough. Having two colors was tough. I was like running out of basic lands on my Field of Ruins too. I was just like really very much not feeling it, and so I decided to work on a mono green build. I guess I should probably read this bulk rare. Freestrider Lookout, 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever you commit a crime, look at the top 5 cards from your library. Put a land from them on the battlefield tapped, and then the rest of them. And this triggers only once a turn. So kind of in the same way, same thing as like the Magna decks. Do I have a normal Magna deck? I think I maybe overwrote. I think I overwrote the Magna decks that I had on this account. But you know, this shell of playing Mishra's Bauble and then either Relic or Scrabbling Claws, in addition to other crime committers like Demolition Field, Field of Ruin, Bristly Bill, removal spells if you play those, has been a really good way to kind of turn these crime committing cards into like ETB effects and sometimes double ETB effects, where you can like play this, crack a Bauble, trigger, untap, and then activate Claws on your opponent's turn, trigger twice. If you play this card on turn 3, you trigger it on your turn, and your opponent's turn, it is incredible. And that happened several times when I was playtesting yesterday. You just, like, I even just got to untap with it several times, where I would just go, play it, 2 lands, untap, put another land into play on my turn, put another land in play on your opponent's turn. You know, maybe a good way to visualize it is that there are a lot of 4-mana cards. There are a lot of 4-mana cards. Like you like look at the top like 6 of your library, or like just like search for 2 basics and put the 4 mana to put 2 lands into play is a somewhat common thing. Sometimes this is restricted to like basic land types. Sometimes it's restricted to like seeing a certain number of cards in your library. It's never unrestricted. You can never just put any 2 lands in play for 4 mana. Those effects are usually 5 or 6 mana. Freestrider Lookout is in this deck that effect, but for 3 mana on a 3/3 body that continues to put lands in play over the course of the game. Potentially 2 lands every turn cycle. And I really liked being able to get Demolition Fields and then using the fields to commit crimes again. Getting Sunken Citadel was awesome. Getting Urza Saga was awesome. I was really impressed. And the deck was performing pretty well last night. I hated Ghost Quarter. We played a Ghost Quarter, and I really disliked it yesterday. Decided not to play it. Deeproot Wayfinder was pretty good. Still on Wayfinder for now. Bill is really good in the shell. I was really liking the bills. I tried Ancient Stirrings over Delighted Halfling in my first draft. Didn't like Ancient Stirrings so much, and one thing I was kind of noticing was like I just like always had stuff to do with my mana when I was playing this deck. I felt like I had a very difficult time flooding, where you have a lot of mana sinks in your lands between the fields and the Urza Sagas. You can like cycle your Scrabbling Claws, you're a 1-ring deck. You also have Bristly Bill as a mana sink too. So I ended up feeling like I just was not running out of stuff to do with my mana ever. So I ended up trying to main deck a bunch of Dismembers, and I ended up like not loving the Dismembers in the main deck. There are Dismembers in the side right now. And I ended up settling on Delighted Halfling, which we're a few green sources short of like loving the Halfling, but I ended up going like Citadel into field and the turn 2 Halfling a few times, and that ended up feeling pretty good. So I'm kind of just counting Citadel as a green source for Delighted Halfling. Fight me. I'm also playing a Titania. I've played Titania a bunch in the past. We have a Zuran Orb for the Titania. Maybe it's a little bit much, but I ended up finding myself wanting a good way to close games out, and I decided to play the first Nissa over the second Titania because it's just fine. This finds this, and this is also like kind of just cheap mana engine, or 3 mana mana engine. Maybe not cheap, huh? So let's get going. I'm pretty excited for this one. Yeah, intent, just committing a lot of crimes here. I wish Lookout was an archer. What's the payoff for archer? Oh, just that it has a bow and isn't an archer. This one, maybe this is an automatic. Doesn't really have any skill. But yeah, Lookout was very good. Lookout was very good for me yesterday, and I really wish that like I wish Magda was a green card, and then you could just play it right here over the over the Deeproot Wayfinders. Then this deck would be like really sick. Do you need more elemental cards from this Definer? Just the one good enough? I think the one's good enough. Like I mostly like. I think you either want to play 2 Titanias or you want to play 1 Nissa, 1 Titania, and if Nissa's just sitting in play making a bunch of mana for you, it's good. If Nissa comes and gets the 1 Titania, it's good. It's just a one of. I don't think it really has like this much stress. Could also fight Orvar post board. I had some endurances in the board too in my first draft, and I'm just like, I just don't need the graveyard hate because I'm main decking 4 claws. These wizards don't necessarily play well together. Okay, we'll keep this. We actually don't have any crime committers in our hand, but a lot of them to draw. It's like, you should basically never put Snapcaster and Soulscar Mage in the same deck. PZ with Twitch Prime, thank you, welcome back. Surely you can swap Wayfinder with Magda. Is it too much on the mana? Yes. I said this. You did not listen to the whole deck. Yes, it's like what would you do to the mana to make Magda a castable card in this deck while maintaining the whole Saga's Field of Ruin playing, which I feel like is super key, critical for this deck. I just got here. Yeah, I know. Did you ever try Magda with Halfling? No. Halfling helps. Halfling helps for sure. Halfling's dead. Hopefully we could draw a crime enabler. There's a crime enabler. Yeah, I know Halfling helps, Citadel helps. You could play 1 basic, but Magda is just you can play 1. You can play 1 mounted, and you know this would help with the splash. But I think it's not enough. I think that this is not enough. Mishra's Bauble. So what is my opponent playing? 4 color. Some fetches. Thank you for some fetches. Specifically, anyone saying some fetches. Specifically, what cards would you cut? Specifically, what cards would you add? Thank you. Oh, nice. Timu, thank you for the raid. Long time, homie. Hope you're doing well today. Well, y'all are just in time for me to commit a crime. It wouldn't be too crazy to cut five forests for 1 mountain, 4 prismatic vista. So if you cut 5 forests, we have 5 total basics in the deck. You're gonna run out of basics really fast, and then Magda also still only has, I guess, 9 plus Halfling. It's just I think you have to play like 7 basics minimum. It wouldn't be the craziest, you're right? It wouldn't be the craziest. But you just can't play that few basics with this many fields. I think I was like running out of basics when I was playing like 6 earlier. Okay, we're committing crimes. Sunken Citadel into play. Urza Saga into play. Your turn. You made answers. I do appreciate you trying to answer the question, but this is why I just haven't splashed for Magda like this. It's tough. It's gonna be tough. You could get the Boseiju. That would be a way for you to get the mountain in there. Ooh, it's kind of a scary card. Get 2 cards still in their hand. You get to kill the red in 6. Let's commit some crimes. You also get rid of 6 if you go red green. I know. We spent the longest time on, we spent like an hour on stream yesterday trying to build red green. I started work. We spent a long time on like Coco Dryad versus like the Red and Six builds, World Soul's Rage with Magda. We spent a long time. I really did not like these builds. You have so many colorless lands with so many like cheap red cards. So I'm going to try to use the claws to exile whatever they pick up with Red and Six. It's got one card in their hand at the moment. They do keep a card on top here. My opponent is responding to me exiling this Windswept Heath with a Cosmic Rebirth on the Heath. Nice. So this cancels my card draw. I still get to commit the crime, still get to put a land into play. It's turn 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands in play. And 2 of them are Urza Sagas. So let's go ahead and make a Saga token. Then start fielding also. I could get a Haywire Mite to kill the Leyline Binding, and get my double Freestrider back online. Liberty Prime back online. You get Shadowspear to try to get out of Scapeshift range. You get another Scrabbling Claws to stop Red and Six picking up the Triome, which is probably what I need to do. We'll see what we draw. What I thought about Blossoming Turtle. I haven't thought about Blossoming Turtle in a while. I tend to think that card is not very good. Imagine they just have a second Cosmic Rebirth here. See what I mean about just needing a lot of basics? Draw another field. Another construct. I guess I can probably kill the Red and Six here. I could also get Boots with the Spurs. I can get that next turn and just taste the other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Haywire Mite here. And then attack Red and Six with my 3/3s again. So Red and Six down. Commit the crime of getting back my Lookout. I don't know why that's a crime. Get another field. Play another field, and I will start doing this in their upkeep for the crime committing. Trigger. I'm getting a full brick on any hits. 26 lands in the deck. Look how many freaking lands, excuse me, we have in play. Also, I have no idea how many basics they run. Also, maybe I shouldn't have put that forest into play, because now I can't field and make another Saga token. But I think that might be okay. They're surveilling in response to this is kind of funny. This may be their last basic. Yes. Yeah, so because I put that one forest into play off of this Lookout, I can't make another Saga token, but we'll definitely just keep smashing their lands. What is Orvar for? Are people still playing creativity? Yeah, you never have to ask what Orvar for is if you know it's a sideboard card for creativity. Come on. But yes, creativity is getting popular again. Feels like a good first showing so far, huh? Wait, what? You're triggering Dryad? That's a crime. I killed so much. I guess we get to, still kill this, kill the Wren. Maybe I could get Claws instead. Ooh, it's a good draw. So make a Saga token. Field, ring. Can also equip I'll just go for Boots over the another Claws. It's in 2 at their end. Yeah, I guess and attacking not being a crime is kind of funny, huh? One ring buffs reduced by 1 more. That's true, yeah. I kind of wanted them to maybe consider this in their block, but I guess you're right. It wouldn't really change anything. What's Haywire for? Are people still play non-creature artifacts enchantments? I'm not sure if the -2 damage matters that much here, but you are right. Right, another Citadel into play. So yeah, this has definitely been an above average game so far, but you know, I was very impressed with Lookout yesterday. Lookout yesterday, to me, seemed like a big sleeper. I didn't have many games that were like this impressive, but I did have a. I was impressed by the card yesterday. Always nice when that, you know, first. Is that the 4th Saga? We just go through your whole deck with the card. I've also been thinking legacy players. Maybe someone clip this and post this in the legacy Discord or something. This card is castable off Ancient Tomb. This card is castable off Ancient Tomb, and it finds a bunch of wastelands. I haven't played Legacy in years, but yeah, someone can do this. I give this to you, Legacy players. Ancient Tomb, Bauble, and you get Urza's Bauble too. You go this card, Mishra's Bauble, Urza's Bauble, crack, Wasteland into play, crack, Ancient Tomb into play. You're cooking. From attacks into my pro everything, and then they do have a Supreme Verdict. So because I've actually gotten all of my basics, I can't actually Nissa into Titania, which is a bit awkward here, I guess. Field them, yeah, it's super cooked. Okay, that was a good first showing, huh? So Needle can stop Rin in 6. Needling the ring is less appealing in our ring deck, but sometimes it'll be relevant. The first one I think is coming in here. Over the Shadowspear. Lookout and Lantern Control. I actually like that idea a lot. Lookout and Lantern Control. Any Frog updates? Frog was just sitting there chilling while Lucy barked at it, and then was an unbothered king. Actually Dismember for Dryad and Onmath seems kind of good. I think I want the first copy. Maybe we can move away from the Titania plan altogether. Seems like a little slow for this matchup. Could play the second Needle. Could play the Shadowspear again. Yeah, without the Orb, we don't have the life. Like the one nice thing about Orb is like the life gain with Ring. Let's get the Shadowspear in there. Do you think Lookout fits in Dryad Valakut? I think yes. We spent some time trying to figure out Lookout in Dryad Valakut. At the time of making this comment, I think that you want to play a somewhat normal shell with like Rin and 6, and maybe you just also play Bauble and like Claws or Relic. That being said, we were trying to build a collected company shell with Dryad in this card, and maybe Magda yesterday, and we kind of like that. I got very stuck there, but yeah, a Dryad Valakut shell seems like something I would love to explore. No Force of Vigor for Amulet Sagas. No, we're not playing that matchup. This is Bring to Light Scapeshift. I think I would rather be able to cycle the claws if my opponent kills a halfling, so that I can have the best possible chance of casting the ring next turn. In fact, there's even a somewhat reasonable chance my opponent is just going to kill a halfling on the upkeep here, so I think I'm just still going to do this. Might as well make it uncounterable. I kind of have a feeling that they have reprieve, though. Okay, nice. So I think I'm just gonna go cast the boots here. We could draw and try to get Citadel. I think I would rather tap on my upkeep here so they can't go binding my ring and like play their own ring or something. Okay, nice. Okay, so we are at 19. Got a lot of mana. Got a lot of fields. There's an Urza Saga. So I'm going to field my opponent in response to the Deeproot trigger, assuming that the Deeproot does trigger. Don't really know what's in their hand. Maybe they have like a Cosmic Rebirth. Go after their swamp. And we can play a halfling post-combat. Deck with Cauldron deck with Magda that leverages the Cauldron for grabs. Do they have Surgical? I guess that's fine. Although we have another Demolition in our field in our hand. So rude. Yeah, we had a Magda Cauldron deck. That was like maybe the first deck we played Magda in. Still have a Field of Ruin in play. Could still surveil a land into the yard. Bill. Bill's, I think, correct to keep on top here. Yeah, should have used Field of Ruin to play around Surgical. Unironically, yeah. Unironically, yes. They put Cosmic Rebirth into the graveyard, and then did they use a Cosmic Rebirth? They do use a Cosmic Rebirth on the Triumph. This is game 2, not Surgical main. Get Verdicted? Bring to light for Verdict, maybe? Would they ever get something besides Verdict? I don't really think so. Nor am I really too bothered about this, I think. Haggle the Wizard. Thank you for 24 months. Great username. We were just chatting about Bill being too slow for Modern. How's it been so far? I like Bill. I think Bill is like a good 2-mana creature. I think it has like some deck building requirements. And it is like just a 2-mana creature. I think people put too much pressure on Bill, you know? People put too much pressure on Bill. He's just trying his best, but he provides a lot of power and toughness for 2 mana. And is like a nice mana sink too. My opponent grabs Escape Shift. Oh, they can put me to 1 and I have the ring. Make him do it. Is Bill better than Tarmogoyf? In this deck, yeah, I think so. Some decks, Tarmogoyf will be better. Bill and Zoo. You can away Bill and Zoo. Don't think I'd play 4. Wait, they grab 3 Valakits? So they're just setting up? Do they just not know how their deck works? Oh yeah, they couldn't escape shift me. They were 1 land too short. What is happening? What just happened? Yeah, maybe they have Splendid Wreck for something for next turn. So okay, so I don't draw a graveyard hate card. Like I said, Claws doesn't quite do enough. Try it next turn. Yeah, I mean I can field 2 of these and then get a field back. So field. So can I play Freestrider Lookout 1, 2, 3, field, get a land, and field again? I can do that. Can't also play Bill, but let's you know, we came here to look out, right? Very nice Sunken Citadel. Nice to double field after getting our getting Surgical on our Demolition Fields. I'm gonna bobble on their turn for my new crime committing. I'm gonna move this over here. And then we can get a Field of Ruin back from our Deeproot Wayfinder. They probably do have a Dryad. I'm actually gonna keep that one on top. Oh, right, but then if I Bauble, I would have to... A little bit of tension with bobbling it away, I guess. So no Dryad. Maybe just another Scape Shift. Do they even have enough mountains left in their deck? Oh, yeah, the 1-2 punch here. Nice. Played right into it. So the claws are nice. Kind of slow, but we'll just like not sack claws super aggressively. Okay, game 3 on the play. I was not really expecting them to have Reclamation in their deck. Were we okay if we ringed? I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't actually expecting them to have it. Just felt like they punted, but I guess bad practice to just assume your opponent's punting. I was confused by the line, to say the least. So I put the counter on the halfling. Probably should just put this first counter on the halfling. Played an Unearthed Satora deck? No, I probably will not at the time of making this comment. Obviously, still could, but the problem with playing those two cards in the same deck, hold on. The problem with playing both of those cards in the same deck is that like you're just like your Satoros are not going to be very good because if you're meeting Unearthed requirements, you just have so many creatures. It's very hard for you to also be playing like a density of pitch cards, which are not good with Unearthed. It's hard for you to be playing just enough for for these cards to be good. Also, Bill, pretty nice with Lookout, right? Maybe I should like try to respond to a bolt. Although I feel like if they had a bolt, they would have already used it. I'm gonna put a counter on this. Lookout is really good. I think Lookout is good. Obviously, you have to build your deck around it. Like, how good is this archetype overall? But like, if you build around it, this card is like actually pretty crazy, which is kind of surprising for a 3-mana 3/3. But you know, usually I really am resistant to 3-mana creatures you have to build your deck around because and have to untap with. But just the fact that you can build your deck in a way where you immediately get value off of it is so critical. So the Binding to Lookout. Um. So let's. I guess I don't want to field now because then I turn on Cosmic Rebirth. So we'll just attack for 6 and then field them on their upkeep. Rebirth is on anyways. No, it's not. They have 2 cards. Oh, I guess we have the claws, but they only had 2 mana up. Yes, I'm a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. Draw step it. I think it's. Oh. they already had their island, but I think it's more relevant to like just deny them from being able to have instant speed stuff than the basic land deck. Usually, it's easy to draw step it against a deck with no instance, but against a deck with like a lot of instance like this one, I'm just a lot less confident in this line. Okay, so I'm glad we made a 4/5 halfling 2-turn clock. Probably good for me to cycle this. I just have a lot of really nice top decks. We can kill this potentially, but then they get any land. Let's just go hit for 4, and then I think I'll just Field of Ruin their breeding pool. Can you justify more field Ghost Quarter? I had 1 Ghost Quarter in my deck when I was playtesting it last night, and I really disliked having it. It just like I was just drawing it before this stage in the game, and I'm like, what the fuck is this card doing in my deck? It just felt so unnecessary. But in addition to all these extra fields, wait, they got the island? Did they not fail to find earlier? I'm so confused. Well, going for the lethal. It was Demolition Field. Maybe they clicked now. I guess so. Like, is Claws really better than Relic? Yes, Claws can commit 2 crimes on a turn cycle, and you may notice that we have 4 copies of Deeproot Wayfinder in our deck. It's very awkward to be playing Relic of Progenitus and Deeproot Wayfinder in the same list. You want to play Claws for both the crime commission and if you have graveyard synergies too, you get to maintain these. With the mention of Deeproot, did you not like playing Excavator? Excavator is only going to ever be good if you have extra land drops in your deck. If you can go like, if you could replay multiple lands from your yard a turn, that's when Wayfinder or when Excavator shines. Deeproot Wayfinder is nice because it also just puts the land into play and it ramps you. We have Shadowspear in our hand on the draw against burn here with double tap land. Very interesting dynamics at play. I'm going to go ahead and play both Baubles and cash one of them in, and I would like to ideally save one for the Freestrider Lookout, but we'll see what happens. Playing them both also because of Riftbolt and Eidolon. It's an interesting draw. We tried Prousmar show off. Yeah, it's very good for sure. I agree. I have revisited 2-mana Jace. We have a backup deck with 2-mana Jace. That looks pretty sick, I think. So we real Claws. I think I'm saving this Bauble for... Also, not getting a land off of Goblin Guide in this deck is bullshit. I'm going to save the land for the Lookout trigger. Thoughts on Lookout, Wayfinder, Seismic Assault? Something you could do, for sure. There are 2-mana Jaces. Are there? So they bolt the Halfling, so if we see a land on top, we will not crack... untap land on top, we will not crack the Bauble. If there's not an untapped land, we will have to crack. So unlucky. Oh! Oh, one's a creature, sure. Well, they don't have landfall. 26 lands, by the way. Surveillance and burn, yeah or nay? Seems it's fine, I think. One card in their hand. We're going down to 4 life points. They have a Tarkus command. Nice. Thought about sideboarding some cards for burn, but like we have a painless mana base and we're a Saga Shadowspear deck, so I didn't feel like it would be that bad. And I still feel that way, I guess. Could like play a Force of Vigor or something. Maybe like Force of Vigor over Boots, just 1 copy. Maybe a little bit Boomer because of Eidolon, but I feel like I've been seeing more Eidolons than Rolling Vortexes lately. I was actually playing 27 for a little bit yesterday without the Halflings. I was playing like 27 with 4 Ancient Stirrings for a little bit. Ended up liking the Halflings a lot. Well, not going to click the mulligan button. The field plan is also probably pretty reasonable against them. If we consider Hex Parasite could commit a crime for 2 life. I mean, Scrabbling Claws, it doesn't die to removal and can commit a crime for 0 mana and 0 life. Okay, opponent also keeps 7. Next Parasite kills Planeswalkers. That's true, and Planeswalkers are really bad in Modern for the most part. So there's a Freestrider Lookout. How is a cast Goblin guy? I guess they're good. The lag. Yeah. And Karn turns off Hex Parasite. Rin and 6? Yeah, Rin and 6 is one of the few playable Planeswalkers. It's like Rin and 6, Gris, Karn, and Teferi. And that's end of list, really. So my opponent has kept a... Oh, sorry, I was on the play, and this is my turn, too. I'm pretty worried about Searing Blaze. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Bristly Bill, and I'm going to put the counter on the Bill. Obviously, they can kill it, and then I won't necessarily be able to block with the Halfling. Okay, never mind. I'm going to put the counter here. This way, if they kill the Bill, then I can go Lookout with this as a blocker. So if they have second removal spell, I still get to block the Goblin Guide. Yeah, Lily's kind of fallen off again. Kind of to be expected, right? Thank you, Goblin Guide. Finally giving me a land. I got 26 of them in the deck. We also have Zuran Orb in our deck, which I'll probably grab off the Saga. So mission is to just survive 2 turns at the moment. They're attacking? What the fuck does this attack mean? I block. I don't know. Tarkus command, you got it. What is force for? Eidolon. Just kind of, they have Eidolon. It's kind of nice, but that's about it. Okay. So I can only field 1 time. I think it's better to go after the Sacred Foundry because Boros Charm just doesn't deal me, or a Tarkus command just doesn't deal me 4 damage, and this one does. I have to get the forest. Oh, sorry. This was... for some reason, I thought that was the Demolition Field thing. I don't know why I thought I had multiple options for a second. Obviously, you only ever get 1 option. Yeah, but if we can just... We're at 7 life. If we can just survive this turn, they either have to have 3 1-mana burn spells, or land 2-mana burn spell, 2 1-mana burn spells, or land White Source Boros Charm burn spell. Okay, and yeah, now we're just gonna get to Zuran Orb them, which it's just gonna be such a difficult card for them to beat here. Cast Ring, why not Ring? Oh, I wanted to field them off Boros Charm. Right? Isn't fielding them off Boros Charm just... And also getting a land off the Lookout's nice, but... Yeah, fielding them off Boros Charm seems so relevant at 7 life points, but I don't know. Maybe stopping all the sorcery speed burn is nice. Yeah, I thought you could maybe play 1 amulet. I haven't really been feeling like it's something that I really want, but you definitely could. Target a Goblin Guy with Bill. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that was part of the card in the deck, is that it commits crimes. Unlikely to really matter. Maybe stopping Boros Charm is just dying next turn to bolts anyways. Well, it's 3 bolts. It's either the difference is Boros Charm bolt versus 3 bolts, which is just, it's so much harder for them to have. Yeah, maybe casting ring. Obviously had some merits. And keeping the one of Force of Vigor. Definitely going to, like that hand was just kind of like lands and spells. I feel like we need to we probably couldn't keep that hand on the draw here. This hand definitely nice in some matchups on the draw against Burn Mulligan. Gonna keep this one. The Reed Duke School of. This card says gain life against Burn. So spins a Rift Bolt. We've seen Dak Faden's Restore Balance list. It's wild. I have it out. Take a look if you want to link it. I'm assuming it plays Jace, which I think is kind of interesting for sure. I have a backup deck with Jace too. Red green. To main phase of Tarka's command and put a land into play. 3 cards left. I did consider Grazer. I think Halfling is better. Halfling just like is pretty hard to kill, makes your legends uncounterable. You have a good amount of legends. So I'm at 11 life points. Just gonna slam the Lookout. Oh, playing Synthesizer. So yeah, we Synthesizer with the border post is something we've done, and it's a pretty cool interaction, right? So I'm gonna be at 6 life effectively with my opponent top decking. Hold on, let me do this real quick. I think I'm just playing both of these. Can Haywire Mite my own claws potentially to get out of burn spell range. My opponent taps a mountain, then untaps, so they probably have a lightning bolt. Drawing Urza Saga is definitely really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and put a counter on the Wayfinder first. Not that I would expect my opponent to burn anything besides me. I also expect them to have more white cards than green, so let's go after the Sacred Foundry still. So we can gain 2 life off the Haywire Mite. Maybe my opponent will chump block the Deeproot Wayfinder. Go for Field of Ruin over second Saga to get them off the green mana potentially. Well, I guess I could have gotten... Yeah, because now if I... Now I guess I kind of have to be able to target my own Saga, huh? Oh, sorry. What the fuck? I meant to not tap the halfling, because now they can just... Okay, they just drew a land. Fuck. That was messed up, because I needed to be able to not take the hit from the Goblin Guide and still gain the 2 life. Thankfully, again, they just bricked. Just gonna make it very hard for them to win. My opponent's at 9. Can I... So if I go counter on Halfling, or sorry, Haywire Mite on Halfling, then they block the bill, then I double the counters. This is 3. Yeah, it's just lethal. Can't make green with Halfling. Exactly, which is why I needed to not play the claws. What the mistake was was leaving this untapped and then not playing the claws. No, we lost game 1. We won their sideboard games. Yeah, so since Synthesizer is good with border posts, right? You know what Synthesizer is really bad with is Restore Balance. I really don't understand pairing Restore Balance with a card that just puts a shit ton of artifacts into play, so, like a shit ton of creatures into play. This doesn't make sense. I also think Ring and Restore Balance is kind of bad. I know because I've played them together. Yeah, I don't really get it. Okay, 2-0. Okay, so we're on the draw against Kihira. Against Kihira, I'll keep this hand. Imagine we're up against Belcher, the rare Belcher deck. We get to Citadel field them out of the game. Some sort of affinity glimpse of tomorrow's show. Nope. That'll be $5 a month for the rest of your life. Maybe though. We play glimpse instead. It's just like you're not gonna be able to put enough permanence into play. I don't know. Maybe I too dismissive. Okay, I'd love to see them grabbing a basic. I guess they're gonna have a ton of basics in their deck. So they grab a Rogran Triome. I don't really want to play the Deeproot Wayfinder like into its Teferi. Although now that I've drawn Saga, I am gonna play the Deeproot Wayfinder. Because if they have Teferi next turn, they can bounce one or the other, but not both. Could this spell Celestial Color? I was thinking about this with Magda. It might be cope. So I really wanted to play Magda in this deck. I deeply wanted this deck to be a Magda deck. At the time of making this comment, I think that the splash is not worth it. Despite Magda being an awesome card for this archetype, it puts a huge strain on the mana and an unnecessary strain, in my opinion. Yep, except a prismatic ending. So we can't play Halfling and make a Saga token. I like that I can get a Haywire Mite for the ring here, potentially next turn. Why are you running the onenesses? So I thought that I wanted either 2 Titanias as a way to like close games out. Like I'm playing a Zuran Orb for the Titania. Like this is like my late game plan. I thought either I wanted 2 or 1 Nissa, 1 Titania, and I think that the 1 Nissa is better just because it's cheaper on the curve and like it finds the Titania. And if you've already drawn Titania and you have Nissa and you have everything going, you maybe don't need the extra card anyways. The landfall mana generation off Nissa is kind of nice. You know, maybe simply put, Nissa is a pretty good card. Another field. They're responding to this. They don't have Tidebinder in their deck. Imagine getting main deck dressed down here. How high am I on Boots? Boots is a good card. You know, that's about it. I'm gonna tutor it up here. Any reason animation module could be useful here? It's only good with Bill. I think that's not enough. So they're targeting the Boots, which means they probably have a verdict. Oh, fetching because of Needle, right? That makes sense. So they have Ring instead. They played around my Halfling nicely. They maybe also have Verdict. But can I field them off the ability to use a Supreme Verdict here? Probably not. Is hardened Keg's dead? I don't know. Scales is okay. Scales is playable. I really want to play it with Lost Jete, but I don't know. It's not the most exciting. Just play 1 Lost Jete in a deck and have that be the stream. So I guess in response to the protection from everything, I will do this. They shocked and Hallowed Fountain. So I guess they're going to prismatic ending like a construct here. Oh, Preordain. That does not seem worth shocking for. A spell worth shocking for! Probably should be cycling claws here. I'm definitely fielding. Oh, they do have second basic planes. Yeah, some will stew. So not keeping them off Supreme Verdict, I guess. So let's Bauble Scry, I suppose. Don't want to draw that. Probably have one more island, maybe two. Not that they could be bothered. I guess they did actually draw some of these. Shadowspear, your turn. Their leyline bindings will be expensive. They only play 2 bindings though. Blue-white control players play any number of any card. I don't know. Are you saying it's now stock for blue-white control to only play 2 leyline bindings? Maybe it is. I don't really keep up these days, but I have a hard time imagining that's correct. Probably should have cycled the claws. Although if I draw a lookout, I'll be happy I didn't. Running one of the deserts, ETB to one to target opponent. You just don't want any more colorless lands. I don't know. It's to me, it always feels so silly to like. I'm going to jump through the hoops of playing Domain to play the best removal spell in Modern, Leyline Binding, but I'm only gonna play 2. I'm only gonna play 2. I just really don't understand, but a lot of people really believe in that plan. Deeproot Wayfinder notably bad against the One Ring. Opponent's at 6 life points though. Unlike decks with Shieldred and Omnath, control can have a hard time stabilizing for these kind of spots. But we're pretty behind, of course. All right, my opponent has pitched their second and must be last Leyline Binding. Surely there are no more in their deck. My sources are telling me they only play 2. Two or 3 bindings. Surely somebody's still playing 4 leyline bindings out here, right? Come on, someone out there has got to still have 4 leyline bindings in their blue-white deck. I've seen 2 bindings in most of the newest optimal net decks. Yeah, I don't know. I can someone explain the and sincerely asking, can someone third leyline binding spotted, third binding spotted? Can someone explain the thought process of only playing 2? When you're already meeting the hard part is meeting the domain requirements, That's the hard part. This is never resolving. In paper, I play 3 just to be different. Ah, the truth comes out. Yeah, they have the triomes. Like if you're putting these fucking triomes in your deck in a meticulous archive world, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Guess I'm gonna equip the Shadowspear. Well, they're just going to Solitude me and win the game. They're not all in on the domains. They play more surveillance. They also have left. They left often 1 mana binding, therefore only playing 2 and not saying right. Yeah. Of course you're not saying right. They left often. This is the typo there. Less often have 1 mana binding. Yeah, sure. I just feel like you could just not play binding at all at that point. But I mean, binding is really good. Okay, so we're down a game against control. I'm gonna cut the Shadowspear. I wish I had a second Haywire Mite right now. I'm gonna cut the Zuran Orb also and just like have the value Titanium. There's lots of enchantment hate at the moment. There's always a lot of enchantment hate. Leyline Binding is still really good, despite there being enchantment hate. But also, like, if you're only playing 2, you're still gonna get got by it. What's dampings for the side for? Tron, Titan, Prowess, Spell-based combo. I've been playing against Twiddle Storm some. We actually can do the Shadowspear Damping Sphere thing against Twiddle Storm today. Yeah, I don't know if you want to try to hardcast Emrakul. I don't think so. I don't think we're just boarding it in. Obviously, you can get there with the Lookout, but maybe we should have played the other Emrakul though. If I mighted the Binding, wouldn't have a chance with Boots. No, I'm gonna lose to the Solitude. I think with them having like 7 cards in hand, I'm gonna just. The cost of playing Triomes wouldn't have considered another Gust of Brilliance, but you're still playing the Triomes. But you're still playing the Triomes. Why is Emrakul the sideboard? Is Mill a real threat? Dude, Mill is so popular at Magic Online. At the moment, I just have a sideboard plan for Mill no matter what. It is really annoying to lose to, and I'm going to come with an Emrakul or a bunch of Endurances or like a good matchup against it. This deck has a pretty tough time against Mill probably, so we're playing the Emrakul. We don't really want Endurances in the sideboard because we have the Claws in the main deck. We'll find Titania again later. Do you think I want to cycle both Baubles here? Although I could look at my top card, and if there's a Lookout, I would not cycle the other one, but probably just better to know about what they have. But also it's like, again, you know that the Emrakul's on the sideboard for Mill. You know that. So if you see me playing Emrakul on the sideboard for Mill, that is what it's there for. But Mill is so much more popular in like the Magic Online leagues than anywhere else. Like, you know, anywhere else it is just going to be less common. They keep a Solitude. It's kind of interesting to keep a Solitude this early. I'm gonna Needle to Fairy, since it's pretty annoying if they come down and bounce a Saga. Yeah, maybe I should have played a Choker too. Is it better than any of the Titans because Hardcast Tool? Yeah, because of Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it ends up being better usually. Okay, one top, one bottom. Gonna try to get full value out of the Sagas, I guess. Kozilek seems castable. I guess you could put Kozilek and cast it against blue white, and then be pretty nice. It's also kind of bad against their Narsets, though. I don't know. You can do that if you want to. Ooh, here's a landfall deck. Give me just a second. They don't have binding up, so I guess I should go for the boots with the spurs. I feel like there's a phenomenon. I was trying to say this earlier, but like whenever someone in chat goes, stock lists are not doing this anymore. There's only 2 leyline bindings at most. This happens a lot. They just say this is not happening anymore de facto. It's like my actual Magic Online opponent is just not playing whatever blue white control Discord nonsense we're talking about here. It's like people just kind of do whatever they want. You know what I mean? The majority of players are not, that invested in the whatever Discord conversations we're talking about. 24 lands is a lot. They're solituding pitching a Verdict. That's good news. So like it's a lot. I know you're a landfall deck, but you also have 4 Rin and 6. I feel like I would like to play 23, 22. The scale ups are also really cool with like them having like low base power toughness. I actually think I've never seen scale up in like a landfall deck like this, but it's actually very cool. I'm into it. I think these monstrous rages on the other hand are probably pretty poor. I don't think I like the monstrous rages that much. I think I'm gonna crack the Bauble. There's Teferi, but it's currently needled. So I can cast Bill, but I can't get a landfall trigger off of it. That's okay. Well, if Bill gets a counterspell, it gets a counterspell. Gonna wait on the Saga token generation until after we fade a verdict. Spike instead of mono green should be green red anyway for Magda Ren and 6. Yesterday we spent literally an hour on stream brewing green red. I spent like an hour and a half off stream playing it. The mana is really tough because all of the red cards you play are like have hard mana costs and are really inexpensive, and you're playing a ton of colorless lands. You don't have to play sagas, but your mana engine is worse. And your consistency of casting spells is a lot worse when you splash the extra color, and you get to play a lot less basics, and basics are pretty freaking important in this deck list. So, if you want to do that, I would love to see your draft. I would love to see your draft of how you would build this deck idea. Sincerely, I would love to see. There's a needle on Teferi. And I'm not giving up on a red build of this deck, but after, working on this for like 4 or 5 hours total yesterday, this is the build that I think is the best place to start. Maybe we should play like one Force of Vigor. Maybe they like boarded out some bindings. And we can also like field them off bindings. We have only one Haywire Mite. I'm gonna go like minus a halfling and a force. Halfling's kind of bad into the verdicts. Okay, so back to this. I'm a big Bill fan, obviously. I feel like I would just want to play 4 Bristly Bills and be testing it, but I feel like it's one of the better payoffs. And I would maybe I don't like these monstrous rages. I would maybe just play like 4th Atarkus command. Oh, World Soul's Rage is crazy. So I want to be like -1 land, -4 monstrous rage, +2 Bill, +1 Atarkus command. And then, I don't know, you could play one like the 3-drop that returns like a permanent non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Someone in chat with Revolt. Someone in chat will tell you what that card is called. We got the maybe board. Yeah, you could maybe board like protection spells. You could sideboard them. I would not recommend the Dryad Arbor. Royal Treatment's really cool. Yeah. Fortune creatures in light, but if you go up on bills, you have less. Yeah, but I agree going up. If you cut Bauble. Oh, you're talking about in a different deck. Cutting Bauble seems kind of silly, but I don't know, maybe you keep this on the draw. Did they pending the boots instead of the needle? They did, yeah. But they also didn't have the Teferi in hand. Yeah, we saw it off the Bauble. Yeah, so next turn we'll go like Boots Halfling probably. Ren and 6 commit crimes. I know Ren and 6 commits crimes. Prismatic Vista and Green Red fetches. Vibes. I'm telling you, Prismatic Vista is not the problem. The problem is playing all these like fields and the basics and having like a functional mana base. I've really tried to make it work, and I need more than Ren and 6 and fetches. I sincerely need you to build the list and show me what I'm doing wrong, because I've spent literally hours working on it. Ooh, Spreading Seas is brutal. So hopefully, I mean, yeah, if they solitude this, it's not the end of the world, but that was an awesome top deck. Are the fields mandatory? I think so, because you're just like not doing enough against like the non-interactive decks. The fields have been really important, I feel. Otherwise, your deck is like really slow and dirtily and just doesn't interact with your opponent at all. Would have loved to get my Saga back here. And it pitches it to Teferi. 5 cards in their hand still. Brutal Spreading Seas. So this makes my plan of draw a land for Ring a lot worse too. Maybe I can just draw land and haste the Lookout. They find a Prismatic Ending. They also don't have their 4th land. Yeah, I'm going to go for Boots on the Lookout. No crimes to commit right now, unfortunately. Second Solitude pitching Supreme Verdict is bad for us. Be mad. I wasn't mad. I'm just trying to convey my point. And they reveal it's a fairy. Yeah, it's Prismatic Ending to fairy, 3 mystery cards. Brutal Second Solitude. They pending the boots. I think I should just play an uncounterable ring here and then cast a Haywire Mite that could pressure the Narset. Maybe she cast the Mite first. Yeah, I'm not mad. I just like every time I have to answer the same question, my answer just gets more and more concise. You know what I mean? I just speed run it. I'm not upset. I've not seen Days Undoing yet. My opponent's hand is Teferi, and it'll be 3 mystery cards after they draw for turn. Likely bouncing the Halfling. So we can draw, you know, on my opponent's turn with the ring still. Do you think you could build a crime deck without having Urza Saga to fetch the crime committer? Yeah, of course. Saga's not mandatory in the deck. Saga's very good in this build, and like, you know, to some extent, it's like if you play Magda, you just really can't play mini if any Sagas is something we were figuring. But yeah, like Saga is just kind of incidentally good, and it's like a good thing to hit off of your lookout, which is nice, and gives you like a good like late game plan. But it's more about that than anything else. So they have a second Narset. It's kind of annoying. They reveal a One Ring, not necessarily the One Ring. Do you consider Saga or Field more important? Field, because again, you just can't in Modern. You just can't sit around and do nothing. You have to like, we have to have a game plan that like functions. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna just cash in the Bauble. I guess I can still draw the card, but then I won't get to draw a card off the ring. But I cash it in for the crime committing, and then commit a crime with the field on their turn. Then we're also gonna attack the Narset for 2. Hopefully, we can find a Saga off of one of these looks. I tried Magda and Nesmo show. Yeah, that was our second draft, and yes, we've done that. We had a good stream with that. I would play it again. G and Look with the 9 months. Thank you so much. Any thoughts to double fielding them there to take them off ring mana? It's better to field. It's better to go Bauble Field because then I get 2 Freestrider Lookout triggers. Digging 10 cards for an Urza Saga. Yeah, also, it doesn't keep them off ring mana because they just have 5 basics. But I'm actually really happy if they just play the ring here. I'm like super ahead if all they do is play the ring. Because I get to kill their Narset, then I get to like untap and draw 4 cards with my ring, and then I also have this going too. So they have a 2 mana binding. So they go after my ring. I can't tap it to draw cards because I've already drawn a card off Bauble this turn. There's still Narset in play. I guess I could just tap it for fun. But I do have a backup ring, and their hand right now is the 1 ring and 2 mystery cards. Looking pretty good for my chances to resolve this and then go nuts. Can go like attack here, uncounterable, play around Force of Negation, and commit some crimes. You hadn't drawn the card yet? Yeah, but I was going... Like, either I don't draw the card off the ring or I don't draw the card off the Bauble. What's the difference? So we can't target them with the claws right now, but we can target the Field of Ruin to commit a crime. Ding, ding, ding. Activate Field of Ruin, put put Saga into play is pretty sick. Also, in this build compared to mono red, you get to play way more basics. Like you get to play like 9 basics here, where like the green red builds get to play like 6 or 7. And that's pretty tough. Ding ding ding. This card is really fucking good. It's like this is. I think there's a good chance this card is better in Legacy because it's because of Ancient Tomb and City of Traders and Wasteland, of being able to like hit Wasteland off of this. But like I don't know. I haven't built a Legacy deck in a long time. Yeah, Lookout is only once a turn, but you can do it on your turn and your opponent's turn like this. If it wasn't, we'd be going like Magda would be like so broken. This card would be so broken. Yeah, Wasteland commits crimes too. So, yeah, I've already called out to the void, telling the Legacy players about the tech. We'll see if they pick it up. I should probably field this turn just because there's a reasonable chance they don't have 6 basics or that they've drawn their 5th basic at this point. Yeah, I want to try Valakut. I want to try Valakut with this too. This is just kind of draft 1. Oh, Port triggers it too, dude. Okay, Legacy players, I give this bulk rare to you. My gift to you. Legacy player called. This card good, Pokey. This card seems sick. This card I think is good in Modern. I think it's so crazy in Legacy because you can Ancient Tomb into it, Port and Wasteland commit the crimes. You have Mishra's Bauble and Urza's Bauble to just play this, commit a crime on your turn, commit a crime on your opponent's turn. I feel like the card's kind of crazy. Yeah, we have Zuran Orb. Zuran Orb a burn opponent actually. Okay, so currently winning the ring battle. Maybe I shouldn't have fielded though, because then I can't commit a crime. I should have done it on my turn because I know I can't commit a crime without another field, I guess. Although I guess I can go. I can use Scrabbling Claws to just target something in their yard because I can't target them because they have ring protection. But I can target something in their yard with this Claws. Is there a Pioneer version of this? I don't know. I haven't really been thinking about Pioneer for a long time. I guess I could have Nisa'd first too, but I kind of want to commit a little less into a Supreme Verdict. Just a little. Definitely in Hardcast Emrakul range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. -2 lands next turn? Maybe. 3-0 though. Okay, so this is our first league on stream with Freestrider Lookout. I was definitely liking it off stream too. We play Lookout with Cage. I don't know. Does technically commit a crime, I guess. Cast for 8 mana. I know Lookout can make a lot of mana for you, but the idea of this deck is when you're doing the Lookout thing, it's like the lands you're getting off Lookout are giving you the value. You're getting to play Sagas and Fields and Sunken Citadels to give you a lot of value just in the lands, so you don't have to like ramp into random ass 8-drop. How's Wayfinder been? Probably better than Ragavan. We can't play red mana in the deck. I've been really trying to play red mana, and it's been feeling so shitty. Wayfinder is mid. Oh, another burn opponent, and we have a Freestrider on top. I'm gonna not block, obviously. It's mid, but it is has some relevancy for sure. Karn with a Karn board. Yeah, again, Karn is also just like so clunky. I don't really like to play it without like broken mana. Also, Goblin Guide not giving me too many lands today. Burn seemed like a good matchup when we played it earlier this league. Told you Burn was back, y'all. Playing it so much this like last 2 weeks. Not that I think it's necessarily good, but we sure are playing against it. Sentinel of the Nameless City is sick suggestion. Rude Searing Blaze. Okay, kind Goblin Guide though. Okay, so if we draw a crime committer, I'm gonna look out probably. Otherwise, we'll slam the ring. I mean, that's a crime committer, I guess. But not one that triggers this turn. So we'll play the ring. Has Burn picked up Slickshot yet? No, but maybe his Slickshot is sick and Burn. Should be probably on the to-do list. We'll save this for the... Oh, sorry, I should play it this turn, though, because of the Vortex and Eidolon. I'm gonna draw 2. Really want a Saga. I'm thinking about... I'm thinking about playing the Bauble anyways. I think I probably should. It gives me a landfall trigger at instant speed. Which is pretty nice. I may be able to go like commit a crime, land, play land, field, like 3 more landfall triggers, and then double the counters, and either like idle unlock them or get close. Maybe we could maybe also just draw Shadowspear since we get to draw so many cards. They just have a bunch of creatures, which is interesting. One thing is they're just not going to have that many targets for my fields. At least they have these Den of the Bugbears, I suppose. Okay, nice. So now they're targeting the bill. So let's, assuming we don't brick, which, you know, you can, I guess. Not very likely to. Nice. So we get to get a Saga, and then we get to go landfall counter on the bill to counter this at instant speed. And then we are 2 turns away from this getting a Zuran Orb. 2 turns with, you know, is maybe ambitious to think we'll live that long. Maybe we'll find another ring. That would be kind of likely. They also only have 1 card in their hand. So reveal a forest and a Deeproot Wayfinder. So I could block here, take 4, then take 2. Kind of sus. One thing to like about this, well, oh, man, this is so tough. It's not that tough. But the thing is, if I just like keep the bill, I think I can just like, can I kill them? Can I actually win the game through the Eidolon? So I go land counter on the Strider. I then Field of Ruin. Tap 1/2, Field of Ruin, landfall, counter on the Halfling. So we go tap 1/2, 1/2, 3. So I need the Halfling to double the counters on Bill. So we're gonna have three triggers. So 1 counter, 1 counter, 1 counter. Then they block 1. I guess yeah. It doesn't seem like I can kill them through the Eidolon chump, but if they don't chump, they die. 4 down to 6, then down to 4. I think I got a block. And just try to survive the 2 turns for this to find me Zuran Orb. Or Shadowspear, I guess. And I should probably tap the ring to try to find another ring. Although if I do that, then I die to 1 bolt. So I guess I shouldn't do that. I should just... Should I field on my turn? I think no, actually. Because they might fire up the den, not realizing. I don't know. Never mind. They're not going to do that. Ring can find ring or orb. Yeah, but if it doesn't, we just lose to a single burn spell, so... Seems like a misplay. Why do they have Rista in their deck? I guess landfall. I do think our matchup against mono red burn is worse than it would be against a multicolor burn deck, because the fields are just so much more effective against them. Orb was there. Yeah. It's just like... Doesn't make it correct, right? So we're down to 3. So they'll do burn spell. Or it has to be like Bolt or Searing Blazer or Skullcrack. But I guess they would have played, you know, some other ones on their turn, right? Zuran Orb has entered the chat. So I think I field the Prismatic Vista. And then respond to them cracking. Oh, they just are not cracking the fetch? Huh, I guess that just actually makes sense. Wait. No, they're just letting this resolve first. Okay, so now we start responding. Should have played another land for my hand. This will just be enough life to win, though. Oh, I see some chump blocks here. So likely gonna be up a game. I mean, I am effectively at 9, but I only have 2 cards. One of them is a creature. Okay, so no point in sacking the Saga. Obviously, they'll just activate the Rolling Vortex, but they are also just dead on their upkeep. So I'm actually just gonna have 6 and, well, burn players. I guess they're also just dead to me attacking, and they're dead to me not blocking. Oh, fuck. But they weren't dead to me just casting a bunch of spells and Eidolon. Did this last time. Force is not very good against Vortex, but is pretty good against Eidolon. Don't you think 9 Force is too many? No, I do not. Obviously, like, right? One thing that's great about this deck is that you get to play a lot of basics. Basic Force are awesome, and you field your opponent a lot in this deck. Sometimes you're recurring fields with Deeproot Wayfinder. Like, one thing I love about this build is you get to play 9 basics. I would play 10th maybe. I think Boseiju is better than the 10th, but I'm like really happy to play 9. I've run out of basics on 9. I'm really happy. Okay. Ooh, mulligan. Deep. Gonna go, I think, Halfling into Bill, Sunken Citadel. Yeah, Yavimaya is really bad also, yeah, turning on your opponent's fetch lands and stuff. Yeah, I know you can commit crimes with Bill. That was part of the reason for including it. Oh, Bill's just also just kind of good. So spins a Rift Bolt down to 17. But this is another burn player, Shaka. This is another burn player. I think I have to play Saga this turn. You just have to get that going as quick as you can. And then I think I'm going to play Bill for mana efficiency and expect it to die to the Rift Bolt, but I'd be kind of happy that it dies to the Rift Bolt, if that makes sense. They're going to have to take Rift Bolt. Yeah, I'm happy if they kill either creature here, just because I... Very nice to have a painless mana base. Going to take 5 more damage, though, down to 9. Maybe more. The last card's a 1 mana burn spell. 1 needle worth of stop life game block for Vortex? Yeah, maybe. I've never boarded it in this matchup, but it could be correct. How is this spell gets 1 of Titania every time? Yeah, I think oneness is fine. It's not like what I feel the most confident in the list or anything, but it's fine for sure. Maybe we should have played Nissa instead. I'm gonna block if they attack for sure. Yeah, I think we just go grab Shadowspear, play Nissa, equip Shadowspear onto Lookout, attack for 4. Yeah, I think you could play a Dryad Valakut shell. I think you'd still try to figure out the Magna shell. The Magna shell looked very unpromising last night. And I'm kind of, when I was trying to build the Dryad Valakut shell, I was trying to make it a collected company deck. Company is a pretty shitty card. Probably just will be off of that. Could this deck have legs and Pioneer? Yeah, maybe. We play Bloodbraid Elf plus Nissa and that kind of shell. Maybe Bloodbraid's better than Coco. What my opponent was thinking so long about there. Yeah, but we spent like an hour on stream on red green with Magda. Like I've been playing so much Magda. Really wanted to make it work. This build has seemed a lot better so far. If Magda was a green card, holy shit, this deck would be something sick. But Magda is a red card and is hard to include. All right, 4/4 lifelink. They do have a spell, it looks like. Is it Skullcrack? Looks like Skullcrack. Oh! Worse. Worse than Skullcrack. Uh-oh. What does his attack mean? Burn spell, I guess? Searing Blaze by Nissa. Okay. That makes sense. So these still trade, and then I go to 3. Nice. So they top deck a burn spell. They cook us. Otherwise, we can maybe have enough time to find Zuran Orb. Is this our worst matchup? No, I think this is a favorable matchup. No shot, right? Yeah, I can't imagine that attack is correct. So we aren't going to be committing a lot of crimes because we have to get the Zuran Orb. But I will make a construct. I think we have to get Zuran Orb. I mean, I have Haywire Mite. Maybe I could get Scrabbling Claws. It's kind of greedy, but I think Claws makes sense because I get to start just triggering this every turn, and I can fade a single burn spell without like sacrificing all of my lands. Hopefully, don't have to use the Haywire Mite this turn. I can dig. I guess I only have not that many sagas left either. Yeah, greedy for sure. Alright, too greedy. I don't know, but if I like sack like here they Skullcrack, right? And I sack a land to Zuran Orb. I don't have this second Citadel and plan down to 2 lands. Yeah, it was probably better. Love this attack for us, probably. This can bring back Saga. I didn't draw the Haywire Mite in. Maybe I make the right play. Hopefully they play a Den of the Bugbear without thinking. Alright. Game 3 on the play. I think on the play, I'm going to bring a Needle for Rolling Vortex over the Force of Vigor. Scavenging Ooze is an unplayable modern card. Wayfinder's been okay. Like, Wayfinder is like at least a 2-drop that isn't like a 2-drop you have to keep sinking mana into. I really hate Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, Snatching Deceit from the Jaws of Victory. It's Haywire Mite's fault because I did think I could I thought I could like draw off the claws, and is Wayfinder the only reason we use claws instead of relic? Also because claws can commit 2 crimes in the same turn cycle, which is pretty relevant. But yes, also because they're Wayfinder. You could play relic and it's not that big a difference, but that is why, yes. That's a mold 6. Did you think about Elvish Reclaimer? I despise Elvish Reclaimer. That card is awful at the end. Missile Heads, tier 1. Thank you. Welcome back. I missed the 503 times with Freestrider Valakut, who plays pretty solid. Cool. Have you been, like, I guess, working on this one for a while? I haven't, like, dove too deep into, like, a normal Freestrider Valakut deck, but if I would love if you shared your list. Plenty of value from YouTube stuff here. Thank you, Missilehead. That's very sweet of you. Very much appreciate it. Gonna play the Bauble, not sack it. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about playing Reclaimer in a Windbrisk Heights shell, because we've been working on the Windbrisk Heights decks lately. How would you do 3 terms of 1 crime with Claws? You do 2. So Claws lets you go target your opponent with Claws and then target a card in your graveyard. That's 2 crimes. Relic can only commit 1 crime a turn cycle. Okay, Wayfinder is a 2/3 against this Grim Lavamancer, which we can needle, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen Grim Lavamancer in a long time. Soapbox Hotbox. Great username. Thank you for the Twitch. Brutal Searing Blaze. Probably want to keep the Bauble for construct size. Although maybe I'm going to play Bill this turn. I can't play Bill and Halfling. I like getting Bill out of the Lavamancer range. It's also better against Goblin Guide. So they main phase Lavamancer me, then I guess I skewer the Bill. Okay, so let's go and pop this, I guess. 4 cards in their hand. They're drawing a Smash to Smithereens, so I guess I'm not going to go for Shadowspear. Probably going to go for Claws. Wow, what a draw. This is on their mold 6. They played this, so I can... Okay, I'm drawing the ring, which sucks. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. I'll keep stop. So I could field the Fiery Islet to stop the Smash from Smithereens being drawn. Seems like it could be pretty nice. And then I also don't have to draw this ring. We get 2 looks at like a land to get the Bill out of Halfling range. So we did draw the land. So let's float a mana. Pretty sure I'm grabbing the Shadowspear, but have I considered any other cards over Bristly Bill? Bill's good. I recommend Bill. Main phase Skullcrack, so they can skewer my Bill again. Then they play a Fiery Islet. And then they Lavamancer my Halfling. But I'm at 9 life points, and I can go Nissa, equip Shadowspear, and have a 4/4 lifelinker. Certainly a tense game. It's the best Grim Lavamancer I've seen in literal years, which is cool. Kind of stinks that I can't field the Islet this turn, but what are you gonna do? Wait on when I only have like 1 line. Den of the Bugbear. Yeah, only opponent controls. Fuck. So I'm dead to Bolt anyways because of the Lavamancer. So I think I should tap the ring. Like I don't think there's really anything that we're playing around, but like that one of their 2 cards is Prismatic Vista. And we do really want to draw another creature so that we can play some defense. Hopefully this is not tank, Lavamancer bolt you. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. Landfall deck, huh? I was a bill. Yes, I was a bill. So I can't activate the bill ability now. The ability. Go up to 8. Take a lot of hits. Although I can maybe stop them from Goblin Guiding. Or sorry, from Lavamancing again with this. It's also kind of clear that their last card isn't a burn spell at the moment, right? So I should, I think, cycle this because I could draw a Halfling, which would just be like as good as a life gain spell. Because of Zuran Orb or something crazy like that. Just have good cards in the deck. I'm going to go up to 8, and then I guess just any burn spell lets them Lavamancer again. But I think even just one burn spell plus the attack plus the 2, yeah. Yeah, they do bolt. Yeah, I guess, yeah, they could have like Lava Spike in their deck too. Okay. Let's take a look at Iceling's list. Tough game. We beat a Goblin Guider Swiftspear. They suspend Rift Bolt. What the fuck? We're dead. We must be dead. I was dead to cast Rift Bolt and activate Lavamancer. This. Probably punt the game 2 away. Okay, it's mulligan our 7 here. 6 lands, 1 lands. Let's not keep the 5 drop. Yeah, I don't, you know, kind of tough to do like the deck text on this like relatively stock lists, but if you're gonna play all those greater Armancies, they just shouldn't be in the main deck. They just seem like so dead game 1. Definitely more into the prison element. Yeah, but they should just not be in the main deck, right? Like you shouldn't have 3 copies of the main deck. You're just not fading that. There's not that much enchantment removal to fade, especially when you already have the Sterling Groves. But you can board them in. Swamp go, huh? The crack main phase because of Bowmaster, I guess. The only win con game 1 is Destiny Spinner, so they're to prevent someone from running a win cost. 3 Destiny Spinners is plenty to win games, even without, especially because you are so Sterling Groves. I think you're just way too worried about it. I would just see, I would be an unbothered king and you know, or play the 4th Destiny Spinner too. You just have 3 almost bricks in your main deck that are much better in sideboard games. Just play them in sideboard games, or like don't play them at all, or if you're gonna play it, just play 1 copy, but definitely not 3. Filter lands and Sunken Citadel decks. Yeah, we've played it. We built a reclamation deck that has was like really in on that idea, and it was like pretty fun, but wasn't like super special or anything. All right, wondering, unmulligan me. So we could have attacked first because we knew about the push. Another push. They didn't play a good 4-drop last turn, but not that they may have just wanting to set up. Is this not an? I don't think this is an aftermath analysis deck. It's just like we're. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, modern leagues I think have been really fun lately, really all over the place. I think the Violent Outburst ban was huge for modern being pretty fun. Pretty scared of a card. That's a One Ring. That's the weird alt art One Ring. Magical. Thank you for 23 months. Appreciate you. Gonna field my Saga probably. Oh. Oh. Okay, pretty good. We get to tap a ring again, which is kind of the most important thing here, I guess. Lookout would be a nice pickup. Alright, we picked up a Lookout. Pretty sure I'm going to just keep up the ability to commit a crime on my opponent's turn with the claws instead of playing the Sunken Citadel tapped here. Shout out Relic of Progenitus. What's my take on AA art of Magic cards? I've been really quiet on this for too long, but I think it's good to support the artists and keep human-made art in Magic. Many people may come at me for saying this. There are many people who will come after you for listening to me say this, but I'm here with my very brave take. I just hope. I just hope you understand. It's a lot of cling to dusts. Could I raise my volume a wee bit? Oh, I actually can. I usually my meter is actually like for some reason a little bit lower than it usually is. Not that the audio levels are usually perfect. Okay, so let's go. Bill, Lookout, Field of Ruin, counter. Oh, I'm out of basics. Fuck, I drew all my basics. Damn it. Spike is 9 basics too many? It's not enough. It's not enough. So I wanted to get my Zuran Orb off of this Urza Saga. Are you out of basics? You have not 8. I guess that's kind of normal. Maybe I'll just draw a Zuran Orb, you know. I'm about to tap this ring for 5. Unlucky. Should I play the Titania anyways? I think I should. I can also tap this ring again. I ain't scared. Probably should have. I mean, the Titania's just not living. Don't need to mourn her too hardly. She was always leaving us. But I guess making them spend the mana on their turn was pretty relevant. Why did I play that Titania? I need to be able to pressure a Karn the Great Creator. I cannot let my opponent play an unpressured Karn the Great Creator this turn. I feel that I can outvalue them potentially, but I am not going to be able to. Oh, I'm actually just dead to freaking Invoke Despair. Oh no, I'm not because I have to sack this. Okay, going to 1. Going to 0. Good thing we sandbagged the Titania, huh? Maybe we should have played the other ring. I mean, it's just so tough when we play. Like, they haven't played a Karn this whole game. They've drawn 45 cards. I can't just, like, let them go Karn there. I'm gonna cut the Shadowspear. I'm gonna keep it. I kind of want the second Haywire Mite. Maybe I only want one needle. I'm not gonna bring an Emrakul. You just kind of want to just needle Karn and it stays forever. You can also, obviously you can needle the ring, but we have our own rings. They feel like playing another ring was a good idea. Playing another ring loses to Karn, but maybe they're not on Karn because they had a bunch of Invoke Despairs. But we were just super cooked against Karn. Was my problem. Mulligan. Maybe should be putting back Titania here. Well, they're just 2-4ing themselves, pitching Insatiable Avarice. The Avarice also maybe has me kind of thinking that there's no Karn the Great Creators over there. If we start to see a bunch of sideboard cards too, that would be another clue. So almost definitely going to go for the boots. Oh, I forgot the claws. Boots with Duspers. I played Hades 2. Yeah, I played like 2 hours on stream Monday, and then I played like an hour off stream, maybe an hour and a half yesterday after I got done testing. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. It to me, like I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of like the content in the game, and it's in early access, but the art direction, the story, the mechanics, the gameplay have all felt really good, and I would recommend it. Yeah, it's like it's in early access, but it there seems to be a pretty fleshed out game without really bugs. I've not encountered anything that seems like a bug yet, so I would recommend. It's more like a 7. You keep this one. I think I'm putting back Bill because I want to be able to like look out with crime, and I want to be able to do that through a Thoughtseize. I want to be able to cycle Bauble for third land if I miss. Yeah, I end up beating this. I end up making it. I won't say anything about what the bosses are, any spoilers, but I end up making it to the third boss yesterday, and I almost beat it on my first try, but I did not. Don't Avarice doesn't mean they're unshielded. I would guess so. Yeah, spoilers. There are at least 3 bosses. I don't know if there's any more beyond that. I think there's got to be though. I field my field. Okay, not gonna do anything in response to that. Just gonna cast a Lookout, tap the claws, and then if they push my Lookout, that's okay. We're gonna. I think we're almost always. No, I guess we could use a field as a crime committer. We're gonna sack the bubble on their turn. I think I really want the Sunken Citadel to be able to commit a crime for less mana here. The story dog tells you the last boss is, yeah, but I'm not gonna spoil that for anyone, of course. But I know who the last boss is. Okay, 5 cards in their hand. Field my field again. Again, saving my crime committer. Drawing a land would be nice. Drew a land, that's nice. Will Tech Edge ever be playable again? Tech Edge is probably better than your average gamer would give it credit for at the moment. At this point, the field may be a little less important than a Saga. Lookout is very good. I am really liking Freestrider Lookout. Just comes into play, puts an Urza Saga into play. then puts a Field of Ruin into play. See the One Ring. Yeah, I don't think they have Karn in their deck. Like, how do they have all these Invoke Despairs and Insatiable Avarices and Karn? Ooh, my own ring. Ooh, Titania. I will say this. I think it says a lot about the strength of Freestrider Lookout that I have the ability to play a Titania or One Ring, and then Lookout is like almost clearly the best play. I think I want to. I think I want to do this. I want to go tap Claws into Field of Ruin them on their upkeep. So this way, if they have Fatal Push, they're not going to be able to push my Lookout and stop me from committing a crime with each of these. What does Lookout do? Whenever you commit a crime, only once a turn, you get to look at the top 5 cards of your library, put a land into play. You can do it on your turn, and you can do it on your opponent's turn. Like, we're just throwing Urza Sagas into play here. And then Sunken Citadels to activate them for only 1 mana. Yeah, Claws of Relic because it commits a crime when cycles, and it's also better with Deeproot Wayfinder. Dust Settling. Should probably try to wait a turn on the Titania so we can Zuran Orb them. See if we draw anything. I guess I should probably cycle the Claws, though. I should have done this sooner, but I only have one Lookout left in my deck, so like sandbagging this for a crime generate or whatever is not that important, I would guess. Okay, so didn't sequence the best. It's okay. It's good that I get to use my mana and put another threat into play. Yeah, I think Freestrider Lookout could be very good in Legacy. I don't know if we're gonna, play it in Legacy or what, but certainly open to him. We do get to landfall. Let the land fall. I have 7 basics out of my deck, still have 2 more. I just like have not built a legacy deck in years, so it's just very hard to get into. But I want to try it out. So they have protection from everything. I think I gotta play this Titanium. I don't know if it's better for me to get a Field or a Saga. I think I'm supposed to get Saga because I have the boots. And then I think I Field the Urborg. Well, it's kind of interesting. I think I Field it now just to make them have like 2 less mana off of a coffers. And yes, I'm kind of playing it to Damnation, but that's probably okay. Quite the battle. Draw step it. Yeah, I guess draw step is nice. Although if they have March, maybe they could definitely use that mana. Saving this mostly for artifact because I just want to keep a bunch of artifacts in play and like, I'm drawing a ton of cards off the ring. Just construct spurs, get in. Oh yeah, sorry. I should have equipped the boots for ward for sure. I meant to. I didn't. Like I started to and then I did something else. So if they Field of Ruin me here, I do get a 5/3 if they don't kill Titania first. How many ring decks have I played this league? This in blue-white control. I don't know if this. I don't think we saw the ring at Escape Shift. Might have had it. And so punished. Do they have any more basics? I think they have 8, right? Yeah. They have more basics. I am 1, 2, I can't even tell. 9, I think. Okay. Hopefully draw some gas. Let me see what my top card is. They have Cling to Dust, so it's good to be poking at their graveyard like this. I think I should Legend Rule the Ring to stop Invoke Despair from happening, but keep the old ring. Kind of weird. Really don't think they have. I mean, we'll see in a second, maybe. Are they trying to invoke despair? Yeah, they definitely are. Or maybe not. Maybe this is March of Richard Sorrow, pay for ward. Yeah. So no longer can I return to Urza Saga with my hasty Deeproot Wayfinder. I think I gotta kill this stupid Ashiok so I don't mill out. So I guess I also should just play the new ring and tap it. What a match. I mean, they haven't even cast a Damnation this game. Let's sandbag this. Maybe I should have brought in the Emrakul, I don't know. Seems so ambitious. Key Depth is the Pioneers, Titania Saga. I mean, you don't have Relic or Relic variant that actually works that well. I guess you could play like Hearse. I don't know. You don't have Bauble, don't have Saga. Oh wait, Claws is Pioneer? Oh cool. I didn't know Claws was legal in Pioneer. Okay, so 3-0 and a 3-2 feels kind of tough. Probably punted that second match against Burn. Deck is looking nice though. Let's do at least one more with this one. I think I kind of want to cut the Nissa, and I kind of want to play an Emrakul the Promised End in the sideboard.